welcome to Talking Schmidt. I'm your host, Eric Schmidt.
Hello, I'm Greg Burmeister.
What an exciting episode we have for today, Greg.
Very exciting.
Are you excited?
I'm pretty excited.
Me too. We're, of course, coming to you from, well, not live. This is pre-recorded, obviously.
It's not live.
Yeah, we're coming to you not live from behind Greg's couch, in case you're wondering what this thing is we're always sitting in front of.
I guess I never realized that you can't even tell it's a couch.
Yeah,
it's
like, what is this bizarre, cushiony thing?
Yeah, this like grayish blue thing. It's a blanket draped over a couch.
Now, I like to think our listeners are smart enough to figure that sort of thing out, but maybe some of them aren't.
Yeah.
But hey, we got to do a pose real quick here's what I thought would be fun, Greg. So you just smile at the camera, and I'm going to do my arms like this.
Ah, very good, very good.
And then hopefully that, will be right. That's where all the subjects,
the
subjects
logo
that we'll be talking about today will be. And who knows what the subject will be? We never really plan anything.
No.
It just kind of comes together naturally.
We're very good at improv.
Yeah, very organic. It's we're just bros being bros, really.
Yeah,
when you think about it,
we're all guys here.
Yeah, we're all guys here. So Greg. An important, first Talking Schmidt exclusive. It's sandwich time. Are you excited about this?
I'm excited for sandwich hour.
We got a sandwich.
We got a bag. We found a new Italian place.
Yeah, I'm excited about
around the corner
called Chorizo's.
And
the guys that work in there are real nice. They
very Italian.
Well, actually. I don't know if you noticed, the guy making the sandwich had a shamrock tattoo on the back of his arm.
Even see that.
So I was like, this feels less authentic now. Maybe he's Irish and Italian. That's a fun thing to be. So Greg, here, pick.
Thank you. I'll take the smallest one.
I'm not sure which one. I think I cut it pretty evenly.
Pretty even. I'll take this one.
Okay. Or they cut it pretty even, I guess. Okay, well here we go. Let's have a bite of this. Ooh. So what this is a chicken cutlet with some prosciutto, some mozzarella, and some spicy peppers. I'm not sure if you can see that. We're going to take a bite now. Oh my God.
It's glorious.
Oh my God.
Oh, buddy.
So fucking good. Here. Napkin.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. This will be the clip I put up.
Just not being able to talk.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining us for sandwich time here on Talking Schmidt. I have a delicious Boylan's cane cola if you've never had one. You ever had one of these?
Yeah, they're very good.
So good. I don't know, is there caffeine in these?
I think so. I try to avoid sugar these days, so I don't drink them too often.
It says caffeine, and then in parentheses, from coffee. So that's coffee caffeine.
There we go. They extracted the caffeine from coffee. Mm-hmm. I've got a nice Hal's New York seltzer water, naturally flavored with black cherry.
Can't beat that.
No.
All right. Well, I mean, this place gets the Eric Schmidt seal of approval. Does it get the Greg Burmeister?
Absolutely. Definitely going to start going to this place more.
And they got breakfast sandwiches, too.
Yeah.
I'm stoked about that, man. Yeah. Well, that's going to do us for today.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
Greg, we got a little bit more to talk about. How did you wake up today, Greg? Was it your alarm? Did you just wake up naturally?
Oh, actually, it's funny you should ask. Mm-hmm. I woke up 2 minutes before I had my alarm set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out.
For?
Today it was 10:15.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's usually on weekends. I sleep a little later because during the week I got to wake up early for work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you woke up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice. I woke up to the loud sound of pigeons fucking.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, because I sleep near a window, and these pigeons just decided to go to Pound Town on my windowsill.
Interesting. Reproducing, making more,
which is
for
trouble,
more noise.
Which you hate.
Yeah.
We gotta kill all the pigeons. That's
they're trash birds.
Yeah, if anyone's running for mayor that's running on the I'm gonna kill all the pigeons thing, that would be great.
Yeah, Mike Tyson wouldn't like that, but
no. And I think he could take both of us for sure. We're not like those YouTubers who think they can take Mike Tyson. We would just get our asses. Even if it was two of us, 2-on-1, he would kick our fucking asses.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So we should try to let's get our asses kicked by Mike Tyson. That's gotta be good advertising.
Yeah, if we win, we kill all the pigeons.
All right, we're gonna do that. So Greg, I went to a con. I think you and I both went to concerts last night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I went and saw our friends from Daddy Longlegs, two of the guys from that band have little like solo side projects doing. Eating on the podcast is probably a bad idea because now I'm like burping too, which is fine for listeners, I'm sure. But maybe we won't do sandwich time ever again.
Yeah, this is a one-off deal.
Yeah. So we'll always remember this episode. Remember sandwich time? So anyway, I went to see those guys because they had they did 2 solo things at this other show, and it was really fun. But it was at this store. It was like a vintage store. It was like a vintage store. Yeah,
like a Beacon's Closet type place.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So it was, and that was cool. That aspect of it was cool. Like they had cool shit. But then they also had a bar in the store.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, and then they also had it's also a venue. It's too many things.
Yeah,
I would argue.
Yeah, you don't need old clothes.
Drinking and a venue.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun, and it was a good time. But they didn't really have food, and I hadn't eaten anything since lunch. And then how shows go. Bands go. It always ends up taking longer to get started and then to finish. I mean, it was delightful music. Everyone's very talented and very good. But I'm like starving, and then people kept buying me beers too. Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna have 3 beers and I'm gonna go. But people
filled up on beers.
People could be like, hey, you got your beer. And I'm like, I don't want this. But, you got to drink it. Otherwise you seem like a dick. So I'm like, man, I had probably 5 beers on an empty stomach. I was drunk.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I got to get out of here now. So I said awkward goodbyes to everyone, right when the show was over. And then I went to McHale's, and normally I go there purely for the interest of drinking.
Yes.
But I was like, my buddy was working, another friend of the podcast, Sean Donnelly, was like, I'm going to go there after my show, I think. That's a terrible impression of him. I hope he's not listening. But so I went there, with the intention of eating. I was like, I gotta fucking eat.
Generally, it's not a place you go to for dinner.
No. It's food's fine, but you want to go there to drink. That should be your main goal there, or to just hang out with friends.
Yeah.
If you're not a person who imbibes. So anyway, I go and I'm like, Chris, what do you normally get? Friend of the podcast, Chris Downey, he's a bartender there, and I was like, Chris, what do you normally get? And he was like, the sandwich. I get a sandwich. I'm like, all right, I'll have a sandwich. And man, I ate that sandwich. And now Chris, he's an Irish fella. Mm-hmm. And, they, I don't want to generalize people, but their palates are not very adventurous. They they like bland things.
Not the most refined palates.
No, I would, yeah. I wasn't going to say that, but yes. So he's like, man, we got this spicy mustard. And he's like, be careful. It is spicy.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. So on the first half of the sandwich, I was careful. I just put a little bit, and I took a bite. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is he talking about? This is just regular ass mustard.
It's just French's mustard.
Yeah, what the fuck? There's nothing spicy about this. So then on the next half of the sandwich, I went nuts. But so then our friend Brian showed up, friend of the podcast, Brian Prince showed up, and I'd finished eating this giant sandwich and side of fries, and I had a Guinness, and then man, you ever just eat too much and get tired?
All the time. Story of my life.
I was trying to hang out. I hadn't seen Brian in a while. It's kind of St. Patty's Day, and I'm just I'm gonna go home.
It's kind of how I'm feeling right now
after a bite of that
after this bite. Oh, buddy, nap time.
Yeah. So you know what else is weird about musicians, Greg?
Yeah, what's that?
Like our friend Brian Hurd from Daddy Longlegs, nicest dude. He, whenever I see him, he's like, oh man. He's like, I want to come see you and Catherine Zini on doing comedy on a show, and I'm like, yeah. But it's weird because when I go see him play, he's so impressive. He's playing for 90 minutes, and women are
so much energy. It's loud.
Yeah, and the women in the crowd are so sexually charged by him, and you're just watching all this. You're like, God damn, this dude is fucking great. He's got it going on. But then, but man, I'm like, yeah, come see me do 10 minutes in the back of a restaurant. It's just not as impressive.
Come sit on a hard chair and
come have not a very good time. But yeah, that's always a funny thing about musicians, because they're musicians are often they really like comedians, and they think comedians are impressive in some way, but like no, musicians. Yeah. You guys are the real fucking stars. You know?
Also, just like the show, like the amount of effort you have to put into like playing a rock and roll show, like with all your gear, like hauling everything, the venue, setting it up, sound check. Like with comics, you just walk up on stage and hold a microphone.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, it's totally way more impressive. Like, so I try to invite him to the ones that are like good shows, though. Like, I would never be like, come out like Tuesday to this weird fucking thing. You know, it's like always like I try to get him to come to Live Snakes. But yeah. So anyway, I dressed as a cowboy So actually, I had a funny text exchange with Brian from Daddy Long Legs. I texted him and I was like, hey. Because I have this cowboy hat I bought in Europe, and it's a nice one. It's a Stetson, and so I texted him because, like, you know, their music is kind of twangy, but it's also like rock and roll. It's not quite cowboy hat music.
Yeah. It's
but there were other bands on the bill last night. So, and I recognized one of them as also being kind of twangy. So I texted him. I was like, hey. Is it a cowboy hat kind of night? And he thought that was just like a phrase. He didn't take that as a literal question. He was just like, I don't know what. He was like, I don't know what to expect, man. Like, it's just gonna. He was like, it's kind of a, you know, it's just gonna be me and my acoustic guitar. You know. He was like, I don't know.
Should I wear my hat?
And then I was like, you're not understanding me, dog. I got a cowboy hat. Should I wear it? And then he was like, yeah, do it. So I did. Dressed as a cowboy. And last night was like, I forget what it's called in the Jewish faith, but last night was like their Halloween. I didn't know they had Halloween.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that either.
So like there were a bunch of people walking around in like costumes last night.
Oh, interesting.
And like they kept like waving to me, and I would wave back just because I was like, all right, because I was wearing this cowboy hat, so I kind of looked like I was in a get up too, you know. And they kept waving to me, and I kept waving to them. And then today I find out, that was like, because I was like, what the hell was everyone dressed? Why was everyone else dressed up yesterday?
Adds to the strangeness of the vintage store / venue / bar.
What cosplay is going on here? I don't understand. But yeah, I dressed as a cowboy, which you get some weird looks on the subway dressed as a cowboy.
True.
I saw a guy, speaking of the subway, I saw a guy on the subway who, because like the Big East tournament's going on at MSG, Madison Square Garden, for all you who don't live here and have never heard of a venue. But so they're doing the basketball tournament there, and I saw a guy with a Marquette shirt, because I think they lost last night. But I saw a guy in a Marquette shirt on the subway with a beer, just like open, like, you know,
like
a cup of beer. Yeah, like that he had clearly brought out of Madison Square Garden and gotten on the subway with, which is like, how'd you do that? Like, I feel like there's usually people at the door being like, hey, whoa, no, you can't take that out.
Like, draped a sweatshirt over it.
Which,
like that's a lot of effort for just one little cup of beer.
Yeah.
Like, just chug it before you leave. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
if you don't want to waste it.
Right, and like, you know, Marquette is, I think, in Milwaukee, if not near Milwaukee. And Milwaukee, legendary booze town, man. Those people can fucking drink. So yeah, I am a little like, why didn't he just chug it? That seems like something a Milwaukeean would do, if that's the right word for it. But yeah, but also, well, I mean, Greg, you got to remember, Madison Square Garden beers are like $400. So he's like, I'm going to savor every fucking sip of this. Like, and then I had that thought. I was like, ew, the Subway air, like it's an open top beer, you know? It's not like a bottle or anything. And like that Subway air is getting on it.
Grimy.
Yeah, but then I remembered we're just breathing Subway air.
That's true. It's getting into our bodies, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. So Greg, you went to a concert. What'd you go see last night?
Yeah, I saw the RX.
I'm gonna eat while you talk.
Yeah, do it. I saw the RX Bandits. And also, they took forever to set up, like you were just saying. Like I got there, I purposely showed up late because I didn't care about the opening band, and I thought I timed it right, where I would show up right when they were starting. I got there, and their roadies were setting everything up and tuning the guitars, and that took over 45 minutes, and I don't know how long that was going on before I even got there. I'm guessing it was probably close to an hour of just, and like I've played in a lot of bands. I know it doesn't take that long.
No, fuck that.
Like they would tune a guitar.
Why didn't they do that before?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're supposed to do that before the show even starts.
Yeah, before Doors do that shit.
Yeah, you do a sound check.
Now, RX Bandits, is that like prescription? Is that what the RX?
I think so.
Okay, that's what they're going for. What kind of music do they play, Greg?
It's interesting. They were in like, I guess, kind of the pop punk scene. They were on Drive-Thru Records, but they're a little more like, they've got some reggae in there. They have horns, so like they've got some parts that are, a little ska-ish. But yeah, they're really good. Everyone in the band's really talented.
Where were they playing?
I was at the Music Hall of Williamsburg.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was remembering they were big in like the late 90s, 2000s, and the founder or owner of Drive-Thru Records he's a very strange man. He used to make band members walk on his back.
Oh.
He would lie on the floor and tell them to take their shoes off, and he preferred black socks, is what I hear.
Interesting.
He would like young dudes or like early 20s band guys to wear black socks and walk on his back. And
I don't like the sound of this.
It's very strange. And my friend Matt used to play in a band that was on Drive-Thru Records, and he did confirm it.
Wow. Did he do it?
I don't think he did it personally, but there are a lot, like if you go on Reddit, or you can see like firsthand accounts of band like pop punk band kids walking on this man's back.
Weird. Okay. Yeah. If you're in a position of power, don't do that kind of thing.
Yeah. Very strange. Would not recommend.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. But the show was good.
Yeah. They sounded amazing.
Cool.
Very, very good.
Glad you had a nice time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you go out to eat after and get too tired, or?
Yeah, I actually was tired at the show, but not
sandwich related.
Yeah, not sandwich or booze related.
Very good. Oh my gosh, Greg, I'm so sorry. You're kind of breaking your normal eating pattern.
Yeah, that's why I only took one small bite.
Okay,
and I'll probably purge it right after.
Back to the popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn only diet.
Yeah. Which, by the way, you can. Greg only eats popcorn, and only drinks seltzers.
Yes,
because he's doing an all popcorn diet. And if you look at Greg, my God, he's doing great. His physique is good, as they would say. Yeah, fantastic. Speaking of getting your physique good, I went and played basketball a couple times this week.
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
I'm glad you didn't get injured.
Thank you. Yes. But I went and played with a friend of the podcast, Davidson Boswell. And he beat me at horse. We played because it was just the two of us.
Oh yeah,
the first day, so we played horse. He beat me 2 out of 3 games.
Ooh.
And when someone my height loses to someone shorter than me at anything basketball, it's troubling. It doesn't.
Takes a hit on your pride.
Yeah. So. And then we went and played again the next day, and he beat me again at horse. This time 3 games to nothing.
Oh wow!
Didn't win a single game. Yeah, but then we played 1-on-1.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have lost that,
I mean, it was closer.
Bad news.
It was closer than it should have been. I beat him 11-9.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's very good. He's a good basketball player. But yeah, so. It did feel good to finally beat him. And Davidson, if you're listening.
Great job.
I was going to talk trash, but good job, Davidson. It's pickleball time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then you know me. I'm a white guy.
Yeah, you're
of a certain age. I'm going to play some pickleball.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of like, I would compare it to like brunch. Because only like annoying white people.
Yeah,
really
definitely.
And but it is a fantastic game. Good, gets you sweating a little bit. Did you ever play tennis or anything like that?
Like a few times in high school.
Yeah.
I would like go to the YMCA and play.
That's for rich kids. That's for cake eaters.
Yeah, it is. But
and you ain't a pussy.
No.
You'll get out there and play the real games. Like you play
Basketball.
football too, right?
Yeah. I love playing football.
Yeah.
Football
See,
and
Greg's
basketball.
a tough guy. I'm bringing the like preppy shit.
Nerdy. white guy.
Yeah. I'm bringing the professional shit. You're bringing the street shit, dog. But yeah, I like pickleball though. Because it's like it's medium exercise. It's just enough to be exercise.
Yeah,
You do sweat a little bit.
It's not like playing a full court game of basketball.
Oh God, dude. Well, dude, playing 1-on-1 yesterday, I was like, yeah, this will be like, we'll take it easy. But then, like, dude, first couple points, I'm just like,
yeah, no, 1-on-1 is exhausting.
yeah, I mean, great workout. So hopefully I'll have that summer body by doing spring exercise. I don't know.
Playing pickleball.
Yeah, I mean, I much prefer that kind of thing because, like, the gym. Fuck the gym. You ever go to the gym?
I hate the gym.
No,
I'm not a gym guy.
We've probably talked about that before.
Yeah,
we probably talked
so.
about that the last episode, if I'm being honest. Greg, have you seen the news? The Democrats, they're cowards.
Yes.
That's probably all we need to say about it. Like, to the point that, like, I mean, I did an ad back when John Fetterman was first running for office against Dr. Oz. I did voiceover for a commercial of his. And like, I thought he was good at that time. I was like, yeah, this guy seems good. He seems like he's fighting for like working class people. He seems to have like good values. But boy, was I wrong. Well, then he got like hit on the head or something, and now he's like kind of a mind corpse, and like now he's like conservative, and you're like, what? Do we just need to hit him on the head again to get him back on the right
maybe
path?
his hair will start growing back.
He'll start wearing pants. I don't know. But like people are real mad. They're like, well, and so I might now I gotta like, and you and I just worked on my reel together, and Greg, thank you for that.
Yeah.
You're also, in addition to being fantastic podcast co-host, Greg, also an amazing editor of things, and also a great agent.
Yeah,
and he's got other clients. It's not just me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just
I'm
like
a full-time talent agent.
Full-time talent agent over here. So if you're a talented person, he's your guy. So also if you're not talented, he's your guy. He'll fake it till you're talented.
I'll make something happen.
Yeah. So there you go. Reach out to him. But anyway, so like, we just worked on my reel the other day, and then John Fetterman goes and does this stupid shit, and I'm like, I think I just got to take that out of my reel. Just got to get that out of the reel. It's not worth having. But then I'll have, like, I had that one because I have another voiceover thing that was on Fox News, and so I would have the like MSNBC John Fetterman stuff to just kind of balance, because I'm fair and balanced. I'm the real fair and balanced one, if we're being honest.
Exactly.
But now I'm like, I just got to cut. I got to get Fetterman out of there.
Yeah,
that's what you've done, John Fetterman. You're making me edit. You're making Greg edit
making
my
more
reel.
work for me. This is terrible.
Fucking dick. Just grow a pair, you weirdo. You big oaf. Oaf. That's right.
Yeah, I like the word oaf.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back. Greg, I have, in addition to comedy and acting and voice acting
and sandwich eating
and podcast hosting.
Yes.
I'm also I also have a square job, a day job.
Yes.
A part-time one though, because I'm quite busy with all the art things that I do. But anyway, I tutor children.
Yep.
And if you're viewing this, you're probably like, wow, they let that guy near kids. They do, which should tell you something about the education system. We need more teachers who aren't me. But anyway, so I was tutoring this kid the other day, and he's in third grade, and one of the vocabulary words that I was supposed to teach him was the word mother, which seems odd. Mother. So I was like, do you know what a mother is? And he was like, yeah. He was like, a mother is someone who takes care of you. And I was like, that's a nice answer. But then he stood up and mimed, and you came out of her, and I was like, oh, buddy. This is not this. Nope, that's a different class. That's that. No, sir.
No, too early for that.
So kids truly, Greg, say the darndest
things. They really do.
Not to draw a comparison of myself to Bill Cosby, but because he hosted that show. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He wasn't the original host. So that show was around forever. I wonder if it's still on.
I don't know.
Probably hosted by like the guy who played Al on Home Alone.
Yeah, Al Borland from Home
Improvement. Man, I would watch that fucking crossover.
Oh yeah,
they should make crossovers of TV shows and movies. That'd be no one's ever thought of that. That's what they need to do.
I would.
The Home Improvement, Home Alone.
Oh,
man,
that'd be great.
Yeah, let's sell that one.
Yeah.
I got it. Speaking of ideas for TV shows and movies, I had this idea. I've had this idea for a while actually. And it's kind of woke. So if you're like, if you're, you can just mute this part if you're like not into woke things. It would be fun. Like if we could bridge the racial divide, and so like it'd be a black guy and teaching a white guy a thing, like kind of like a Queer Eye for the Straight guy kind of thing, but
racial.
Yeah. So like, what happens in the show is the black guy just punches the white guy, and we're calling it Black Eye for the White Guy. What do you think?
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think I think it could teach some lessons.
Let's pitch it.
Yeah, to the what channel was fucking was that on back in the day? Lifetime, pitch that to Lifetime or whatever, or Bravo, pitch it to Bravo. But anyway, Greg made my new reel, and I'm so excited about it. Thank you, Greg. I just wanted to say that.
Anytime.
Yeah. I don't know why I had new reel down here after Tudor story, but here we are. Oh, Greg, so did you have anything else to add? Because we're to the, do you have anything to pitch? Is there anything to promote? Do you have a gig coming up?
Aside from the new or the next Live Snakes.
Yeah, Live Snakes.
That's about it.
I'm glad you brought that up, Greg.
Yeah.
That's on April 3rd. Greg's playing music. It's going to be fantastic.
Thursday, April 3rd.
Catherine Zini hosting. Frank DeRuggiero, friends of the podcast, both are going to be on that one. And then also Roy Wood Jr. is supposed to be on that one. Again, I'll wait till the day of and have him confirm that, promote that on our Instagram. Once again, lineups subject to change.
Yes. I feel like every show he's going to be on.
So last time he emailed, very nice, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell this, but as many of you know, he has a show on CNN, and he was like, "Hey, sorry, I got called into that," and I'm like, "Yeah,
that's fair.
They pay you way more than I do, Roy. So please." Very nice guy, Roy Wood Jr., and he did my old show, Good For You, that I ran with Ian Hunt a few times, and just what probably my favorite active comic right now.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He doesn't make you nervous. I mean, I love Bill Burr too. Bill Burr makes you a little nervous sometimes. He goes off on a thing. You're like, "Whoa, buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing, Bill?" He likes to get you. He likes to make you think that and then bring you back, which he always does. He always lands the plane, which is funny because he flies helicopters, so he always lands safely.
Yeah, I like watching short clips of Bill Burr. Like listening to that guy angrily scream for an hour is.
You can't take the stress of a full Bill Burr show.
It's a bit much.
Yeah. So anyway, Live Snakes, April 3rd, coming out for that. I am hosting trivia at Barcelona Bar one last time after this episode airs, the 24th, Monday the 24th. Coming out for that. I'm going to be very hungover because it's going to be the day after a big birthday thing that I'm doing. So come out to that if you want to see me real hungover and hosting trivia. So that's gonna be the last time I'm hosting. But then I am gonna go the next week, and I got to advertise this for my friend Adam Santiago as well. He comes back from having a baby,
parental leave.
Yeah, parental leave. He comes back and we'll be hosting the 31st. I'll be there to play and try to win. Yeah, I'm kind of the heel. If to use a wrestling term, of when I'm playing that trivia, because I win a lot. And because I'm very smart, and it makes people mad, and then I usually trash talk. I keep it real. I keep it real, Greg. That's good. All you can expect anyone to do.
That's all you can do.
Keep it real. And then the open mic at the Gutter that we do is super fun, and we've had good turnout for it both times that we've done it.
Thursdays at 5.
Every Thursday, 5 o'clock. Costs $5. You get 5 minutes. The 555 open mic. Me and my friend Heikel Mohammed. He's Muslim, and that's okay. I'm woke. But yeah, so and the vision I have for that mic, by the way, in case listeners you're wondering, is I want it to be like just 15 people, like largely it would be great if it was just the same 15 people showed up every week, and we just, and then I won't advertise it anymore. I'll be like, I got a good crew of people.
And then you guys just hang out and don't even do any comedy.
This is the utopia.
Yeah, this you find 15 quality people.
I just want to have a party, a weekly party with 14 other people. Yeah, I just want to hang out. It's really all I'm trying to bowl and play pool a little bit.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah, man. No, because there was a weekly mic that we did at Barcelona Bar until they asked us to stop. Which, like, by the way, it wasn't because like there was any they were mad at us. They were just kind of like, you know what, one of the hosts is kind of inconsistently here or not, and they didn't care for that aspect of it. But there was something so cool about us doing it every week, and because it was largely the same group of people. Now it was only like 4 or 5 people, but it was the same group of us, and it was so valuable to our writing processes because we wanted to keep coming up with new things every week. Good. So it was kind of a challenge, but it was a valuable one for us. So that's why we decided to do a different, what we're doing now, is because like when you have that solid thing, you do it every week, you work on it every week. It's really helpful to the process of writing.
Much less pressure too than doing like actual shows.
Right. Sure. Yeah. So it's good to work on that with a good crew of people. So anyway, way too insider baseball there. If you're a comedian, you're like, yes. If you're not, you're just like, what the fuck is he talking about? Anyway, so thank you for listening to this week's episode, and free Luigi. Good night. Talking Schmidt is recorded at Burmeister Studios in
Astoria, Queens.
Opening music is by Greg Burmeister. Closing music is by
Greg Burmeister.
Our intern is Jason Travis. If you like what you've heard, please like, follow, and write a review for us wherever you listen to podcasts. If you didn't like it, please keep listening to it, but keep your opinions to yourself. If you really liked it, you can find bonus episodes over on our Talking Schmidt Patreon page. Membership is just $5 per month, and it goes a long way to buy us the equipment and bourbon we need. Thanks in advance, and hope you're doing great.